Alright, what's up guys? I'm going to get straight into it. I'll be attacking two birds with one stone today. Just because I have such limited time. I've been at work all day. Been at work, went to the gym, had to find a gym which took me a while. And then did my workout, came back, had dinner, and now it's 9:51 PM. And I haven't even looked at the chart, so I'm going to pretty much kill everything in the one go. And we'll do Forex, then we'll do crypto. And that will be my TA for the day. So they'll all be in one video. I'm going to first start with this loss I took. Then I'm going to go into Forex, and then I'm going to go into crypto. So if you want to go to crypto, then just skip straight to the second half. Otherwise, if you're interested and want to learn more about the Forex markets, which is highly valuable, then I would stick around and just keep watching. But regardless, you should all be watching this, listening to what I'm about to go through now. So this was the Pepe short I took. Pretty simple and pretty easy to figure out where I went wrong. Range, model 2, tap 1, Wyckoff low, tap 2, our first deviation, and then tap 3, which was also one deviation above our tap 1. So this is a very the requirements are high probability, I'll put it that way. Return to zone is absolutely beautiful, look at these lows, like here and here and here, like guys, this in terms of a return to zone, this is as good as a return to zone as you will ever get. Like seriously, this is just very high level. But where did I go wrong? That is the question, and here is the answer. I hate how no F11 is it? There we go. Sweet. Where did I go wrong? Right here. Break of structure. So this is, we didn't break structure on the 10-minute because this was not valid market structure on the 10-minute. Our 10-minute market structure low was right here, which never even got tapped, as you can see. So our next low was the 5-minute low, which got broke, but very weak break. So a requirement which I kind of sort of let slide, which I shouldn't have, but trading psychology is something that I am working on and working at getting a lot better, and we're getting there, and we're slowly getting there, but still a lot to work on, of course. But yeah, break of structure was weak. For a nice break of structure, you want so pretend this is the candle. I'll draw it to my best. You want a strong close. Not the best drawing, but you get the gist. Yeah, you want a strong close. Whereas we closed just below. You want a strong close. And then not to mention, after closing, we continued to slowly, ever so slightly move back down, creating this buy side liquidity, which obviously when we have a slow move down, we expect a sharp reversal, and the same vice versa. Hence the distribution schematic. Hence this whole thing, guys. When we have a slow move up, like so, when we have this slow move up coming up slower, slow, we expect and we want an aggressive break of structure. And once you get that aggressive break of structure, you want follow through. We didn't get an aggressive break of structure. We got the weakest break of structure you could get, which obviously led to price coming back. And if we analyze the break of structure, vice versa, let's have a look. This might even be a 30-minute. No, 15. Okay, so this is our 50-minute market structure. Bang, bang, bang. And also to note, we actually SFP'd this low, which normally indicates a full reversal back up to the closest pivot point, which is this. So not only did we SFP this, which I could have easily paid attention to, but I didn't. Not only did we SFP this, but given we were leaving behind, which I've already drawn here, this really nice buy side liquidity curve, we then SFP this, initially SFP'd structure back up, but then we broke through here, and then here in this one candle boom was all you need for the strength. You can see signs of strength. And then what did we do? Broke structure, slight pullback, and then bang, we continued our uptrend. So the first two signs of de-risking was one, this weak structure, not even de-risking. I shouldn't have entered as soon as I saw this weak break of structure. I shouldn't have entered. But given I entered, my second sign and opportunity to, hey, this isn't going to go your way, exit the position, was this 15-minute market structure SFP right there. That was your sign, or my sign, to just get out, which I didn't do, and hence I took a loss here. But that's okay. We either win or we learn, as a cliche or, cheesy as it might sound. And then yeah, we've continued to go higher. Range is now invalid. It's pretty invalid. It's a very sharp move up. So this can now all go. And yeah, that is Pepe. I will get back to crypto later, but we will stick to our plan and we will start with Forex. We'll go GJ. Plan remains intact here. We've got a potential higher time frame model 2 forming. We have really nice supply above. And yeah, we're still respecting this return to zone, so just be patient there. Yeah, just be patient there. See what happens. Guess I may as well just have this supply labeled. Should we come back up? Respected this supply really nicely. Fair play. Did we distribute locally on this? I'll tell you what, we probably would have, and I would have probably gotten the notification, but then I would have been at work, so I wouldn't have even looked at it. And then voila. Alright, not quite. We were, to be honest with ourselves, not quite a clean model. I mean, not really a model at all. Plus we have also swept this extreme liquidity as well, so just be aware there. We have created some more supply, however. All right. Sweet, that's it for Swiss franc against the Japanese yen. There's not much like realistic going on at the moment, so it shouldn't be as high up as it is on our preference list. This was a no, this was not a PO3 schematic before anyone says anything. Definitely not a PO3 schematic, but we'll get rid of that return to zone as well. We have created some supply. Quite a lot of supply has been left on these charts, so could definitely expect some distributions later on down the track. So I'm actually going to ask my mother for some floss, some tooth floss, because I know she had some and I saw it, and this was 3 days ago, so I kept forgetting. But it is what it is. Try and remember tomorrow, same time, same place, as they say. Yeah, don't overthink it here. We got fairly heavy supply. We've got our alert set. That is it. We'll move on to AUD USD. Where are we at? What are we saying? Okay, we've ran through this. Could we potentially get a PO3 schematic? Maybe, but we've spoken about this before. Follow the trend. We're in a daily uptrend. I think we're probably on a weekly uptrend. What, have we broken any form of structure recently? No. We're pretty bullish across the board here. I guess yeah, you can confirm that on this on this indicator. I'm only laughing because I don't want to be that indicator guy, and I'm not. Like I rarely use indicators. I use my session indicator, but that's about it. I'm not going to be one of these guys. Yeah, you know, the indicator says long, go long. Fuck off. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Here we go. Break of structure on the 15 minutes. No, I lied. Sorry. Not valid market structure on the 10 minute. Not even. But yeah, overall we're bullish on this pair, so expect to go long. Point being. We've obviously got this supply here, which is still supply, so just keep an eye out there. If we accumulate, take it, because it's pro context. So you know, just because we're deviating our range doesn't mean you can't take an accumulation if it presents itself. We have demand here. Like if price comes back in here and we get a nice return to zone on our way in and a nice break of structure, then take it. You're with the higher time frame. Why would you not take a trade with the higher time frame? It's silly not to. It's really, really silly not to. It's like borderline overlapping, but then it's also this is the unmitigated part of this demand. Just use that as an indicator for myself. But yeah, not much on AUD/USD, and as always, you don't want to force anything. Higher time frame bearish, middle time frame bullish, lower time frame bearish. Okay, well, we can draw a distribution here which aligns with our higher time frame. Well, now obviously lower time frame is bullish. Why start doing this for every pair? I just like copying and pasting this and just typing it up as I go. Weekly. Yeah, weeklies obviously. Daily is daily is bullish. Have a feeling we'll have some sort of demand here backed by, yeah, clean demand backed by EQ. So I definitely expect a reaction from here, 100%. Sweet. Keep that as is. Just have that chart up and stay ready. We could get a mitigation here quicker than we expect. And then hopefully a nice slow pullback. And will look something like this, ideally. But we'll see. Alerts are set, and then I'm also going to set a, yeah. We're close enough that we can probably set some POIs here, or not really? Not really. Okay. Have I just grabbed it from the other side? Yeah, I so did. Hell yeah. Alright, that is all I can do now for Euro USD. Just set and forget. This is interesting. I remember monitoring this on my phone. So we have swept EL, extreme liquidity for anyone that asks. Technically speaking, we have made a tap there, but from memory, at least what I saw on my phone, there was quite a bit of demand being created. Do you know what that means? Trade with care. Can be considered a manipulation move just because it is during our session. This is our market structure low on the 15. And do we have demand there? We do, and it is a little bit insignificant just because it doesn't really sweep anything. See what volume is saying. Not a fan of volume. Volume actually sucks, to be completely honest. Well, let's see the condition of this distribution then. Yeah, we know volume is against us. We are also in a daily uptrend. We're probably going to be in an uptrend on the higher as well. We are in a weekly downtrend with the break of structure right there. Yep, that's valid. 2 weeks? No. Okay, so let's write this down. Weekly bearish, daily bullish, 4 hour, 4 hours bullish. I'm not gonna, yeah, 4 hour and hourly is bullish. So yeah, daily and hourly is saying bullish. Weekly is obviously saying bearish. So this could be the pivot point of the, it can be the potential pivot point of the weekly downtrend. And given we break structure here on the 15, or on the 10 it was, my apologies. Given we break structure here on the 10, we might allow ourselves a decent entry. You know, trying to see what other, so yeah, we've got that. That's been mitigated. Was there anything there? I feel like, yeah, definitely demand here. Which to me does look quite strong, and I do not like. But it's obviously to know that on the weekly we are on we've broken structure on the weekly. But everything else is bullish. I'm going to put my phone on silent because I don't know if you guys can hear that as well, but I can. Perfect. And also, no real return to zone. Like I can see this doing something like this. And then either break here and come up, or if we don't break there, then I can see us like respecting this and then coming back up like here. Yeah, we've clearly got demand, that's for sure. Return to zone isn't the cleanest, but then again, like if you trade Forex enough times, you know that you get some weird moves here that just aren't supposed to be clean and aren't clean, but they work. I already know timings. Distance wise, we're good here. Yeah, 18 days. You know, the question just begs to like you just ask that question. And we're also on a higher time frame schematic as well. Everything is telling me not to take this. You know, higher time frame, we're showing signs of strength. This 10-minute. You know what? If we break strongly here, I'm not going to take this unless we get a nice slow pullback in here. A nice slow pullback leaving a return to zone. We break structure clean, and then we have a very narrow entry with a tight stop, so that should we, you know, enter here, put our stops like here, should we have to take profit here, then we've already got ourselves a nice 4 risk to reward trade, which is pretty good. So that will be pre-planning here. And we will see what happens. We've got our alerts, and and it also is worth noting that we are in this higher time frame distribution schematic, so expect it to, or not expect to be, you know, just keep that in mind when taking a distribution here. And yeah, like this move up right here, from here to here, this expansion up is pretty strong. Like it's pretty bullish. It's a bullish expansion. It's not a, you know, it's leaving there's a lot of imbalances here on the way, which just show signs of strength. So I would not be rushing to take this. All right, alerts are set. We're also about to break structure here by the looks of it. Not yet, but we are getting there. GBP NZD. Still can't believe I didn't take that when it happened, but fair enough. And we are now continuing our downtrend. So, you know, that was our sign to take a short, which we didn't. Nevertheless, guys, nothing really here to see based on the context. I'm not looking to accumulate whatsoever. We have our alert set. Done, move on to the next. NZD CAD, interesting setup here. We broke that market structure high. I do remember when that happened. We even got the pullback. So I had plenty of opportunities to enter, but I didn't. So yeah, weak break of structure on the high, but you came back, creating that local return to zone. Sell side wise, and when you know that happens, when you see it happening and you get that clean break, let's see where the clean break was. It would have been here, so you would have SFP'd this first, and then the second you saw this powerful move up, that's when you can confidently long, like pretty confidently long. And you would have gotten still a decent 2.39. And if you really wanted to target this liquidity, like these triple highs, which got swept as well, so that would allow you a 4.41. If you use a technical target, you de-risk here. Look at these equal highs. Take your full TP at these equal highs. And that's it, you take home a nice 4.41 risk to reward trade. Yeah, I will now leave this pair to play out a little bit more. We have also hit supply here. 2-day break of structure. Yeah, that's correct. Really nice. You would have traded a pivot point perfectly, like really, really perfectly. And now we are continuing to trend up, so keep an eye out for accumulations. There'll probably be some exhaustion soon, so you can monitor that when it happens. Okay. USD CAD. We are in a downtrend here. Would have broken back up. SFP this, so technically speaking, we're on a weekly uptrend. Yep. We are on a weekly uptrend here. Have not broken. We have not broken structure back down. That's still valid liquidity. You got a little naked low there. Yeah, weekly uptrend, probably daily downtrend. Not yet. That's your high, so we haven't broken structure on the daily. We're still uptrending on the daily as well. This is a sneaky, sneaky pair. Alright, we're downtrending on the 18 hour. So, point being is there are opportunities to long here, guys. Like, there are longing opportunities here. Don't let these go to waste. I'm going to draw this as a range, because it is, I believe. Yep. That's fine. We've got our alerts. Sweet. That's kind of it for USD CAD. Nothing more to do. Euro NZD. Swipe liquidity there. Daily uptrend. Then probably everything else will be up, yeah. Weekly uptrend. Yeah, so overall this pair is pretty bullish. Monthly uptrend. Yeah, all around very, very bullish pair. Just locally we've broken structure there, but that's fine. So yeah, I'd allow looking for accumulations here, but nothing really to look for at the moment. Just keep paying attention to how price develops. Sweet. USD Swiss franc, I can see another distribution there which has been front ran. Didn't miss anything this time. No trade. No trade. Can already see a range here. But now let's double check that this is going to be valid. We've also swept this liquidity, nice. Like what so far I like what I'm seeing here. Alright, we've obviously SFP'd this weekly high. And then yeah, you do normally expect a pivot point, a return to the nearest pivot point, which is technically speaking here. And there's also demand below, so you can expect lower. Yeah, as I'm looking at this one, I am expecting lower initially, but let's see if that changes. Yeah, we've broken daily market structure to bearish as well, so daily is bearish. But then we've... No, daily's still bearish because that's an inside bar candle. Yeah, daily market structure is still bearish. Inside bar candle again, probably on the 18 hour, maybe we would have broken to bullish. Yeah, we broke to bullish there on the 18 hour, but daily is still bearish. The only thing that I'm seeing here, which is kind of tickling my fancy, if you will, is that we have supply above and it's nice supply. So maybe we get a... Maybe thought process would be we get a move in here, range for a bit, come back down, create a third tap, move up, third tap, purpose to mitigate supply, and then move back down following higher time frame bearish trend and SFP on the weekly. So that could be a scenario here. Like it genuinely can be, you know, accumulation in order to mitigate supply, in order to come back down and continue weekly trend. But yeah, if I see a nice break of structure and, you know, if I see this go to plan, then I will happily take it. I have reason to. I will put an alert here just in case. Okay. AUD CAD, skipping this on. It's ass. Completed there. Would you look at that? So I initially entered there, so I would have still been stopped out if I held. But expectational order flow was correct. I still ended up pulling a like 3 risk reward win from this. But yeah, now this can go. Nice. Yeah, so far we're still trending up here. Still trending up. and we've just accumulated. There's no signs of weakness anywhere. I will just continue looking for accumulations on this model. Keep it simple, follow the trend. Look for accumulations. Pretty damn simple. Yeah, we'll just wait and see what happens here. Not much to be done at the moment. AD Swiss franc. We've clearly SFP'd a market structure low here on the 18-hour. This is a very tricky one to, a very techie one to. It's just, yeah, it's just upward market structure. Follow. We've been speaking about following the trend. Follow the damn trend, you know. The damn trend. I don't know why I said that. I don't like that word. Like, yeah, we're uptrending. Trending on everything, and this is not really a clean distribution schematic. It's like out of our deviation right now. But it's leaving behind a lot of sell side liquidity, man. What do you do in this situation, Livy? Get out of here. Oh, is this a little mini distribution? No, it wasn't. One would enter here. One who's got some balls would enter here. But it's just not clean. I've never traded a range like this, and this looks hideous. As much as it has a nice return to zone. What I'll do, I'll monitor this one from a journal perspective. Yeah, it's like, come on. I'll monitor this from a journal perspective, and we will check back on tomorrow's stream if it ended up down here. I don't think it will, but we'll see. There's also a heavy demand here. So just be mindful of that, and yeah, like we've already said, we're in an uptrend. We're in an uptrend, guys. Like, think higher time frame. If anything, I'd be taking a very local accumulation scalp here. Like, if anything, I'd be looking for this. And we go higher, you know. GBP AUD. Mitigated supply here. We could have a local distribution scalp here. If we can get a pullback, move up, I'll allow that. I will allow that. Okay, Euro GBP. This was our inverse fair value gap. I have a feeling this is going to complete itself. I'm going to leave that here. You know what? This is actually a valid range. Think big picture. This is allowed. And that is the unmitigated area. So guys, I actually had the weirdest mind blank. Normally I wouldn't do this if I'm on video, but I just completely forgot. But hey, when you got to blow your nose, you blow your nose. All right, so yeah, that was the supply. And then obviously on the lower time frame, it hadn't been mitigated. But we still can use that. That's fine. And it's actually like resting on, technically speaking, that's your extreme liquidity. Okay, so we will see what happens here. Let this play out, create more of a return to zone. Well, as I said, I have a feeling this is going to be like a New York entry, if anything, which we will probably miss. That's it for Forex. Let's go to commodities. Gold's not really wanting to come back down. It's really fighting for it, eh? And leaving demand in the meantime. Yeah. This might have to be an invalid model, guys, because the more it displaces away from tab 2, the less likely it is to form. So only time will tell for now. We're running through this supply. Silver is, lo and behold, doing the same thing. We can use this as a range, but then again, strong demand below, like strong demand below. So we'll see what happens there. Oil swept that and went down. Really nice reaction there. Really nice reaction. So I always say, and I will continue saying it, it is always good and it's always a confidence booster, and it's, man, it shows you're thinking correctly when price reacts from certain liquidity and supply that you set. Like, it just really confirms that it's so algorithmical. It's so algorithmical, you know. All right, crypto. These models are failing. Bitcoin continues to show bullishness in the market. This is leaving behind a nice return to zone, so I'm kind of hoping that we start forming some form of distribution, like so, you know. Then we can target all along here. But for now, I'm not really gonna. Yeah, we're just slowly running through this through this supply. That's all that's happening right now. USDT is probably doing the exact opposite and dumping. There you go. Surprise, surprise. It can still be a Model 1. Still within, but just the way it's going, it's not looking like it will be a Model 1. That is my 2 hour, no, that is my 1 hour market structure high. Yeah, but so far we continue to plummet. So this obviously means alts are expected to go higher. And then, yeah, you know, lo and behold, ETH as well. Obviously expect that to go higher. Yeah. Yeah, I just want to just let price play out a bit more at the moment, because this distribution is looking pretty invalid for me. We're continuing to go higher. Ton is going absolutely bonkers at the moment. I haven't even checked, I don't look at crypto Twitter anymore. I just post on Twitter my updates, but I bet you crypto Twitter is going berserk right now. And shout out my ton holders, where they at. Ton to the moon, ton to the moon. To be fair, if you're holding ton, you've doubled your money in the last like 4 days. So fair play. If you had 30k in ton, you've now got 60. Almost not 100% increase. Shout out my ton holders. Yeah, I'm expecting everything to pump. We'll see if we break this. What high is this? Surely it's not valid on the 8 hour. It is. 8 hour. We'll see if we break this 8 hour market structure high. But even so, we're leaving a semi-decent sell-side liquidity trail behind us. And we're not really leaving demand. So, hey, if you're holding pump or you're longing pump right now, maybe take profits. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe when it gets close to here, maybe when it, yeah, you got. Point being, it's gonna hit this sooner or later. So just watch the candle closure there. Pepe, our beloved Pepe, where we missed our little entry. We have done our journaling on that. Alright, that's our supply to monitor on Pepe. Doge is moving up. Doge could be coming into this high time frame distribution model. Watch out. Tau is running through currently. Yeah, so crypto is now in, you know, virtual running through supply. We've got to leaving behind demand. We're looking bullish. XMR as well. That's all invalid. Now there's no real key supply POI here that I'm seeing. There is liquidity, but these are nice. Can definitely expect this to get taken. Litecoin. No return to zone there though. Fartcoin. Same thing, model is pretty much invalid now. Render. Let's just see the distance here. 22 days, 11 hours, we'll call it. To I have a feeling we have far exceeded this. Yeah, 26 days. No longer. I'm going to leave the chart up just so I can assess this for myself, but I wouldn't be trading this range. Like the taps are just way too far out. And man, have a look at this little quant range we've been talking about. It has delivered. The quant range we were talking about all week has created a Model 1. This is honestly laughable. Was it valid though? 5 days, 21 hours compared to, drumroll please, 5 days, 10 hours. This was valid. Wow. I've been shit talking this model all week. Well, not all week, for like the last I've been shit talking it for a bit. So if you've watched my recent videos, I have been shit talking this for a while. Fair play. Counter context. At the time it was counter context. Now it's technically pro context because everything's pumping. But wow, look at that. Things you love to see, hey? And that's probably going to hit TP. I'm convinced that's going to hit TP. XLM. Cake. Cake's running through. Absolutely running through. Hype. Little distribution potentially forming there. I don't really want to chart this because, maybe I should. Technically speaking, it's a complete model. Technically speaking, if you want to really get technical on it, it's a counter context distribution model. Who would have thought we're talking about counter context distribution models? Probably broke on the 3 minute, yeah. Broke on the 3 minute there. That's your entry. You would enter here. You would put your stops there. And you would target range low for a 2.29. This could be a very simple It is counter context, which I don't like, so I'm not going to take this, but I'm curious to see if that plays out. I really am. Why do I have a feeling this is going to play out? And we've just finessed ourselves. What are our sessions saying? Asia lows there. It's not the strongest point in crypto, but also volume's not in our favor, but I just feel like this is going to play out. That's just what I feel like. We'll see. I'm not going to take it. We will see. Hype. Arve hitting supply. XRP. Sui ran through. With holy smokes. Fair play, model complete. Asta pumping. Of course it is. Of course it is. Link. Bitcoin Cash. Let's see what our boy Brett's doing. Trump. Trumpy. Trump could be good for a distribution here, guys. Trump could be good to short the fuck out of. Watch this space. I'm being serious. Were you laughing? Were you laughing? I'm being serious. Brett. Brett could also distribute. I would like a cleaner expansion here, then could see a distribution, could see another giant fall. So we will see, like seriously speaking, Brett could, if we can get one more nice deviation in the market structure like here getting broken. Anything there? Not really. 45. We have 45 minute market structure low there. But I would like something more locally. Market structure low on Brett. I would like a slightly higher time frame break. It's 2 minutes way too sketchy on Brett, which is now so like low liquid or high liquid, technically low volume. Okay, we've made a high there. Yeah, technically that's a little 15-minute low we can take. Didn't see this. 15-minute low right here. Could this be the short of shorts? The only thing I don't like about this is the return to zone, which I have spoken about. It's not that clean. Oh, to be fair, they're nice lows. It's like once you get there, you just sweep everything. But I just want a slightly nicer deviation of our high. What was I going to do? Quickly check a few things. Bear with me. And Trump as well. I have not forgotten about Trump. Alright, that's it for me for today. Hopefully you guys all found this very high value. Hopefully you took your notes, took your pen and paper. understand a bit more about how I trade and how I see the markets and what my reasoning is. Break market structure low. Here we go. What was it? 15 minute. I think it was 15 minute. Still, yeah, we've just opened this candle as well, so we have 15 minutes for this to close. So be patient. Don't be clicking short. But I'm going to monitor this. I'm not going to keep this open. Yeah, keep an eye on break. Keep an eye on Trump. Seriously, guys, keep an eye on Trump. We could be shorting this really, really nicely. It's developing really, really well. Alright, we'll go have a shower because I haven't had a shower all day. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you've made it this far, as I will know that you have, given you've subscribed. And yeah, thank you all for joining. I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.